Hello everyone. Today we are going to read our next chapter, Salim and Tansen. Salim likes to sing and state he has to chop onions in his father's shop till one day. That morning, as always, Salim sat outside his father's food shop in Agra's Moti Bazaar with a pile of onions, a bowl of garlic, and a basket of spinach and potatoes, peeling, chopping, and slicing. I am sure a Nawab's son never has to peel onions, he thought, sniffing. It's just my luck that my father is the owner of a food shop, but then he is a fantastic cook. Thankfully, the onions were soon done, and Salim took them into the kitchen where the dal was bubbling on the stove while his father ground the spices for the mutton curry and the spinach and potato dish. Coming back to his perch outside the shop, Salim settled down to bask in the sun, wiped his eyes, and picked up a potato. One day he thought, Father will teach me how to cook, and then I'll stand behind the big stoves and cook delicious meals while someone else peels the onions. But he had to grow a bit taller first. Right now, he couldn't even reach up to look inside the big pots, and the big ladles were much too heavy for his young arms. As he worked, Salim sang. It was a singing kind of day. The bright winter sun warmed his back. He had just had a big bowl of creamy milk, and later, once the lunch customers had gone, he could play marbles with his friends in the street. Peel and chop and slice them too. Every day, that is all I do, he trilled. He stopped for breath and then sang again. But can you please tell me why these smelly onions make me cry? Wow, you sing well, said a deep voice. Salim turned to find a tall man standing behind him, and the words are rather interesting too. I made them up, grinned Salim. I can see that, but did you make up the tune too? Salim shook his head. No, sir, I heard that somewhere. A nice tune, isn't it? And he hummed it again. Where did you hear it? There is an ustad who lives in the lane behind ours. Every morning he practices his music and he often sings this. Salim grinned. Different words, of course. It's Rag Bhairavi. Oh, Salim picked up another potato. I don't know about ragas, sir, but I never forget a tune. The man came and sat down near him. He laid his fingers on his lap and said softly, Please sing for me, son. Softly, Salim sang all the songs he had heard the Ustad sing. The man sat before him with his eyes closed, at times tapping a finger to keep the beat. Where Salim sang well, the man would sway a bit and gave a little approving nod. Salim wondered who he was. He wore a simple silk robe and pajamas and had wrapped a shawl around him. His shoes, though made of good leather and embroidered with gold, were old. He looks like a landlord, Salim concluded. Finally, Salim took a deep breath and sang his favorite tune. It always made him think of cloudy skies and the smell of wet earth after the first shower of rain. It was the song he sang when he was alone on the roof of the house flying a kite. When he stopped, the man said softly, "That is Rag Malhar. It's the best of all. It's one of my favorites too." The man looked thoughtfully at him. "Would you like to learn music, son? And what's your name?" "Salim," the boy said. "My father wants me to learn music, but we can't afford it. So I'm going to be a cook." "Not when you can become a singer," the man said. "I'll teach you for free, but you will have to stay with me at the fort." "The fort?" "Akbar Badshah's fort." Salim looked disbelievingly at the man. "Yes, come to the fort this evening with your father and we'll discuss everything." The man looked around the small street full of wandering cows and people. "This is not the place to accept a disciple," he said. Salim looked suspiciously at the man. "You are not joking, are you?" "No," the man smiled. "I'll leave word with the guards at the gate. Tell them to take you to Mia Tansen's room." "Mia Tansen? You?" Salim looked up at the man. "How can you be Tansen? You're not even riding a horse." Tansen smiled gently at this innocent observation. Salim thought for a moment. Still there's no harm in trying. I'll go to the fort today just to see." So this was the reading of our lesson, Salim and Tansen. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask me in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check the description box for the other chapters. Thank you everyone.